Yeah, I'm Helen Tiffany. I'm the MD of Beck Development, which I founded 13 years ago. And I've kind of gone from shop girl to entrepreneur, I think would be the shortest way of describing my career. Started in retail for Debenhams. And that's where maybe I got my love of developing people. I started on a youth training scheme myself all those years ago. And I realised the importance then of taking part in a programme that allowed you to develop over a period of time. And I ended up running those schemes. But I think then I wanted to do something that was much more commercial. So I made the flip into media sales, as many people do, in a totally random way, and ended up being part of the HR and learning community for people in media. So I spent some time, my last corporate role was with Haymarket, and that was heading up training and development for 600 people. For me, people development is about finding ways to help people flourish. It's very easy in companies, I think, for us to be doing a gap analysis of where's the hole, where's the skills gap, what can't they do? But I think it's also about finding ways to help people play to their strengths, challenge their thinking, workshop current issues and align the skills that they need with what the business needs are going forward. Years ago. So now you've got real experts in certain areas, even in brand new areas like programmatic. We've got experts now, people who are dedicated to finding ways to bring us technology, to find different ways to innovate in business, and that's right through from some of our other clients where we're working in pharmaceuticals through to the world of media. Everyone is now in digital, even if we don't have it in our job title. So I think what keeps it interesting is that the change is so quick. So, what was current last week isn't current this week. So you have to find ways of keeping up to date as a business. And I think the biggest change that we've seen in digital talent is it's moved away from people like me, my generation, trying to keep up to date. Gen Y are the people now who hold that knowledge and indeed are starting to become our leaders of the future. I think there are some challenges that will be facing us as we go forward. I think there's some priorities that we need to consider when we're thinking about recruiting and training now, and that's finding a blend of people with good technical expertise married with good communication skills. I'm not sure that's a new problem. I think we've maybe experienced some of this in other areas of business before, but now because digital is becoming such a huge part of any business, you need people who can come in with the technical knowledge but also can lead a team of people. And I think where we've come out of a recession, we're now finding that holding on to some of those people we had in our business for the last 2 or 3 years, they're looking to move on. So there's quite a lot of churn in the industry at the moment. So I think finding ways to develop your management capability and finding ways to retain and engage your people long term will be the challenges that we face over the next 2 or 3 years. And where coaching and mentoring, I think, is particularly powerful is that it's a very individual and personalised way of learning, rather than sticking everyone in a classroom and hoping that we'll all pick up the skills of being a manager. When I'm working with somebody who has phenomenal digital talent and great craft and technical expertise, what I want to be able to do is help them see how they can connect with a team, see how they can pass on their knowledge and empower others. And probably one of the biggest challenges for most of them is being able to delegate at its most basic level. They're brilliant at doing it all themselves, and because they're also passionate about what they do, they'll stay till midnight to finish it because they'll get involved in the project. But going forward, and in 5 years' time, those people won't be able to keep up the pace. It's not sustainable. So we need to help people develop that capability to say, how do I delegate? How do I train people up? How can I empower others around me? I would urge companies to get really clear about what they want in terms of not just the job description, but the person, building on what we've just said there. How important will it be for this person in a year's time to be leading a team? So when you're at recruitment stage, are you looking for that capability, or are you going on job title and saying, well, they've had 2 years doing this particular skill area, so they must be good? I think we've got to look a little bit more long term than that. Secondly, I think once you get them into your business, you've got to find ways of developing their craft, but also their personality and their effectiveness in ways that don't take them away from the business for 2-3 days at a time. One, there isn't the budget to do that, and two, we're in a time famine. Everyone wants to find more of it. We don't have any more of it. So I think we as providers into that industry have to find innovative and short, sharp ways of connecting with people where they can go away having learnt something and then think about how they can embed it so it becomes a new behaviour. I think you've got Gen Y managers starting to become leaders. So, for example, I can think of someone I'm coaching at the moment who is 32 and the MD of an agency. And that's our future, is certainly over the next 2 to 3 years, you're going to have people of that age with that experience, so possibly having been in a role for 10 years since you know, leaving university, who now need to lead not a team but a business. So I think it'll be about developing commercial awareness, helping them understand, bringing the whole business with them, not just the team, and still continuing to innovate.